How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA analyst. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the heavily requested, again, 4-2-3-1 formation guide. I have changed up my custom tactics and player instructions. You guys have been asking me to run through it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. We did play 90 games over the weekend. We played with a very strong team, a mediocre team, and our 100k team, which is on screen here for you. If you do enjoy the video, please let me know by dropping a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 PM, and then we also stream at the minute every day as well. If you're interested in that, a link's in the description. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the 4-2-3-1, how it kind of plays out in game, what patterns you should be looking for, and everything like that. So we're going to go ahead and start off with our custom tactics, and then we go through our player instructions while we're diving through. So defensive style, we talk about this a lot, whether you want to go balance, drop back, constant pressure team, press after possession loss, or press on heavy touch. For me, you either want to go press after possession loss or balance. The balance for me, though, is kind of the go-to this year. I believe that just when you start your game, you don't want to be too open at the bat and buy that pressure after heavy touch or press on possession loss, and constant pressure is too aggressive as it is anyway. Drop back, we don't play. I don't see the point in it. Balance for me is kind of king. When it comes to width and depth, you guys know I mix it up quite a little bit. I go for some narrow width normally in defense, but the depth is kind of going to be the key thing here. So when it comes to our defensive width, we're going to start off with 4. The whole point here is that I want to be able to have a fairly narrow defense to try and create that overload bullside effect, but not be so narrow that the wings are too exploited. So you can just see here that on the right back, Semedo, he's kind of in and around next to the centre back. He's not too far wide. He's not touching the touchline. He's literally where I want him to be, which makes it nice and convenient that you've got no space in the middle, and if they want to go down the wings, you've just got to have the capability to defend that with no issues whatsoever. Going ahead and looking over at our depth now. Now, depth is something that I do play around with quite a lot. This weekend, I wanted to try and create a bit more of a higher press and be able to put pressure on the opponent. So this is where I went with 5 on depth. I used a 100k team with 5 depth. It is a little bit risky, but as long as you can defend well enough, you can. If not, 3 will be a sweet spot. Offensive style. You guys know I don't like long ball. I don't really like fast build-up. For me, it is a choice between balanced and possession. Balance is kind of the king. Again, keeping it nice and simple. However, I went with possession. This weekend, because I was using a 100k team along with my 2 other strong teams with 90 games, I wanted to be able to hold the ball. And that's kind of the attitude that we had. So we're going to change that onto possession for the defensive style, which means that they always kind of come short and offer us a nice, simple pass. Now, how does it work in terms of width? I actually use a width quite a lot in the 4-2-3-1 narrow, whether that's coming from my fullbacks or whether that's going from my right attacking mid and my left attacking mid, which we'll delve into the player instructions in just a second. Now, players in box. I'm going to contradict myself here. You guys know that I say at the minute, the king is that you want to try, the key thing is you want to try and get into the opposition box as quickly and efficiently as possible to then get that shot off. We go with 1 on players in box. The whole point of this formation for me this weekend was to hold the ball. Some games I was averaging 60% possession. How do we create chances? It's on to you as the player. You can't rely on the AI. This is where here in the middle, what we're going to look at doing is using the Marcelo to run forward, using the L1 or the LB pass to trigger the 1-2s, and I'm going to create the overload myself. We're going to do a double tap pass here, triangle, tap that twice, Y on Xbox, tap that twice to loft it up into the air ever so slightly, and that's how you're going to create your chances in this formation. You have to bring the fullbacks out yourself, the CDMs out yourself, because the AI will be fairly static in the midfield. The attacking AI will make their runs themselves. They will show for you, but you need to overload through the middle with the fullbacks all down to you. Now, when it comes to the goalkeeper, with my main team, I was using comes for crosses sweeper keeper, but for my goalkeeper of Areola on this team, I left him on balance because he's not the greatest. Then when it comes to the fullbacks, we're going to go with stay back while attacking, but overlap. Again, this is where I need you guys to bring the fullbacks involved yourself. The reason why I have them on stay back while attacking is it just meant that they were always there in the right position at the right time to defend an opportunity when needed. But when I wanted to get them involved, that was where I brought it on myself. I use the L1, I use the LB to trigger their runs forward. I notice a lot of you guys think that your fullback should only stay in fullbacks, your CDM should only stay in CDMs. Get them involved, guys. That's all you need to do. Don't do it all the time. You don't want to leave yourself open at the back every single time. But if you are, 30th minute, 0-0, take a little run with your fullback. Take a little run with your CDM. Get forward. See what they can do. See what they can offer you. And I can guarantee you'll see some results from it. When it comes to the centre-backs, obviously, we're going to go with the stay back while attacking. And I normally keep them on conservative interceptions, but it depends what defender it is, to be honest. This is where here, one of the things that you guys struggle with is you say, I can't put pressure on the opponent. I'm letting him walk on. I'm going to angle the run here to cover the passing lane of the striker. Once I've covered that passing lane and the guy's got no option with the Ben Yedder, I then go and pressure him and win the ball back. That is how you guys have got to do it. Cover the passing lane, then put pressure on the ball holder. Once you've covered that passing lane and he's got no other option on, he's either going to have to dribble past you, he's either going to have to skill move past you, or he's going to lose the ball and you're going to tackle him. Key rule there, cut the passing lane, put the pressure on the ball holder. It's the easiest way to go ahead and win the ball back. Now, moving on to our player instructions, again, different for me. I normally run cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, cover centre on one, cut passing lanes, cover centre, and balanced attacking support on the other. However, this time round, again, to try and be stronger at the back, we go with the stay back while attacking for both the cut passing lanes and the cover centre. Now, the purpose of the cut passing lanes, I don't like man mark. I don't feel like it's effective enough. The cut passing lanes idea is that the two CDMs are going to sit in front of the defence like they are now, along with the rest of the team, and cover the passes into the centre attacking mid, cover the passes into the striker, whatever that situation may be. So we can just see here where Messi is. That's where the two CDMs are trying to cover. They're trying to stop that key little pocket in between the midfield and in between the defence, because that is the dangerous area on FIFA. If the opponent or you can get into there, that's where the issue is. Neymar drops back here. He's on balance. We're going to move him to come ahead and cover that passing lane. Again, cut passing lane, the pass this time round is directly into the box. We want to stop that pass because that's a dangerous one. If he wanted to play the little 1-2 back, he's more than welcome to, but we don't want the pass into the box. That's where we go ahead and cover. Similar situation here. We're using De Jong in this example. You can just see the passing lane, which he might look at trying to play, is into that striker. I put De Jong in front of that passing lane. It's now red. He can't cover that. So I then switch with the right stick switch down into my other CDM and I move him to the next passing lane. Again, guys, once you've covered the passing lane, put pressure on the ball holder or switch to the next possible pass to create that high press. Put the opponent under pressure. Does that make sense? I hope so. Cut passing lane, put pressure on the ball holder, cut the passing lane. Once the pass is covered, you can switch to the next pass with the player that's next closest to him. You do that, you win the ball back. It's great. Now, centre attacking mid, something a little bit different for me again here. We're going to run balanced on everything. There's not going to be any change here for the centre attacking mid, the right attacking mid, or the left attacking mid. Now, I used to run get into the box across. It can still work. One of the things that I wanted to kind of trial this weekend is I wanted my players to make the decisions themselves. Because I've got the possession as my offensive style, I want them to decide. Most of the times they're going to come short, but I wanted that attacking AI to make the decision for me on whether they were going to get into the box across, they were going to go down the wing, they were going to make the running behind, they were going to come short. Whatever the situation was, I wanted them to do it. You can just see here, having all of these unbalanced, what does that mean for us? They're going to make the runs themselves. This is how not having them on any particular instruction. If I had, say, Messi here on stay on the edge of the box across, he wouldn't make this run in towards Neymar, in towards Mbappe. He would literally stay on the edge. He didn't. He made the run. He got into the box across because he made that decision himself. Made a little opportunity, and then we look for the near post finish because that is what is so strong this year. I talked to you guys about it a lot. Strong way to finish. Make sure you go ahead and look at doing it. So even with the wingers, what's the purpose of the wingers? The centre attacking mid and the right ram and the lamb. You want pace on there. Situation here. Mbappe comes in. The opponent more than likely is going to think I'm going to lay that ball across back to Ben Yedder, which is why I say I'm going to carry on going down the byline. I talk about it a lot, going down towards the byline, letting the defender try and think where you're going to go. He gets it wrong. A double tap pass. Unfortunately, Neymar doesn't find the finish, but a little bit of luck comes our way and we manage to find the back of the net. So what do we have on the striker? A little bit different on the striker. We're going to go ahead and have balanced across all boards for the striker. I normally run getting behind. I wanted to try something a little bit different. As I said, I wanted the attacking AI to make the decisions themselves. I don't really know why, because the attacking AI is not the smartest this year, but that's kind of what we went with. And you can just see what it means for us in terms of the striker, that again, they'll come short when they think it's necessary. They will go behind when they think it's necessary, and so on. The purpose of the striker, obviously, we want to try and get them into there. This little yellow line here, you guys are struggling with the first time fake shot. If you input the command after that yellow line, it will boot the ball into the stands. You need to play the pass and you need to follow up the first time fake shot before that yellow line. Okay, does that make sense? So as soon as you play the pass, follow up the fake shot straight away. If you play the pass and you wait half a second and then you do the fake shot, you've then just booted the ball into the stands, and Bob sat on row Z has now got a black eye. So let's try not to do that if we can. That would be absolutely great. Overall, how did I like the formation? And the tactics that I was using with it? Quite a lot. I think it was quite good. It was very much a possession style based game. In terms of my records this weekend, I did play 90 games. So I used this across 3 different accounts with 3 different teams, and it worked quite well. One of the things is that, well, I finished 27-3, I finished 24-6, and then with this account, the 100k team, very, very disappointing. I finished 22-8. I could have hit elite, but I started playing at 11 p.m. on Monday night and finished at 5 o'clock in the morning to get these games in, and I definitely felt the after effects of it. Let's say it was very, very brutal. I wouldn't recommend it. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please do let me know by dropping a like. As I said, you can subscribe to the channel. It does massively help us, and it's free, so why not? If you have any questions, pop them down in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back to them as quick as I can for you guys. I do appreciate you all watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.